जी बिजनेस की इस खास पेशकश में आप सभी का स्वागत है। हमारे साथ आज इस शो में अपॉइंटमेंट में एक खास मेहमान मौजूद है, मिस्टर श्याम श्रीनिवासन। सर थैंक्स लॉट फॉर जॉइनिंग अस ऑन जी बिजनेस। सर अगर पहले फेडरल बैंक की जर्नी की बात करें तो काफी टफ जर्नी रही है बैंक के लिए, फ्रॉम अ वेरी स्मॉल बैंक टू कम टू मीडियम साइज बैंक। अब कैसी रही जर्नी एंड योर एक्सपीरियंस टू दैट?
See, it's been a long journey, 65 years. I'm only 1 year in this journey. But the bank has a very rich history, founded on very good values by a gentleman called Mr. Hormis. You can imagine in 1945, to start a bank in Kerala and build it over the years has been quite a remarkable journey. And the bank has probably endured many storms, many challenges over the years and come out ahead. Like you said, we are now in the bigger league of the old generation private sector banks and aspiring to take it to another place. So the journey has been good. It's had its challenges, but we are looking ahead. But there's a rich history in the bank.
But there are challenges ahead as well?
Challenges ahead in the context of the market, where we are as an economy and where we are as an opportunity. It can't be devoid of challenges, and anything that is attractive attracts competition. So, but it's exciting to say the very least.
If we talk about your numbers, अगर numbers की बात करें, profitability की बात करें, Q1 has been a good quarter for you, but if I compare it to Q4 of last year and Q1 of this year, there was slight decline if I'm not wrong. So market conditions, interest rate scenario, everybody knows. आगे चल के किस तरह से profitability देख रहे हैं और किस तरह से आप देख रहे हैं कि boost करेंगे आप अपनी profitability?
You asked me the earlier question of history of the bank. If you go back 10 years and look at profitability growth every year, year on year, I'm very happy to say Federal Bank is probably one of the few banks consistently reported over 10 years on a sequential basis growth of 20% or so. Not many banks have had that kind of consistency. So when you look at one quarter over the previous quarter, it may not tell you the story. Ours we are on a substantial transformation on every element of our business and how we want to take it to be more contemporary and competing with the best. And in this quarter, which is the Q1, the results that you were talking of, the overall numbers didn't face any challenges from the top line point of view. From a net profit point of view, it grew over the previous quarter. Typically Q4 is the best quarter in a year, so to sequentially compare may not get the real picture. And in addition, there were some minor challenges on the non-performing assets, which we've seen it as a blip and we are able to work through. The quarter that we are just about to end should start seeing the expected improvements and the outcomes. So I would look at a longer journey. I'd look at how we want to shape our bank and its future. Very encouraging, and we're taking a lot of heart from the history. The bank hasn't had any, even in the worst of times, we've come out quite ahead. So, I think it's something that we are quite proud of.
Exactly. Minor blip which you talked about as far as NPA is concerned, कैसे आप उभर रहे हैं उससे और क्या NPAs को आगे चल के किस तरह से measures ले रहे हैं, to control the overall situation जहाँ तक NPAs का concern है?
बहुत काम कर रहा है. First is the entire business model on how we manage risk. Over the last 1 year or so, we've made substantial improvements. We've taken the whole risk management and broken it into 4 segments. One is origination, which is how you bring your loans. Second is the whole underwriting. Third is portfolio management. And fourth is collections and recovery. In the past, they were all sort of together. In the last 1 year, the bank has worked very hard at creating expertise in each of these areas.
Okay.
So we now have people who are focused on origination and customer service. All our branches are focused on that. We've created 19 credit hubs who take care of underwriting the loans. They are independent, they are customer centric, but yet protecting the portfolio quality. Then we have a portfolio monitoring unit, and lastly the collection. So I think overall the bank is invested in ensuring we are both focused on time to market but also on the quality and independence. And like I said, it's a journey and we are reshaping many elements. we are moving ahead, in some cases faster, in some cases slower, but if you take a longer view, we are doing the right things in our belief.
Okay. But do you believe that the asset quality will improve over these quarters, because the interest rate scenario जो है वो अभी भी काफी ऊपर है, people are likely to default, various studies suggest that NPAs will increase. What's your stand on the bank as a bank at this point in time as far as NPAs are concerned?
Two parts to that. The first is, if we had not done what we had done, then we would be less prepared for an interest rate increase. Interest rate increase, everybody is faced with. Federal Bank is not alone. All banks,
whole banking
all customers are facing with. But who has a better tool to manage this will come out ahead. We believe we are investing in the tools, and therefore, even when the world falls, we will fall least. That should be the whole aspiration of the bank. And our faith, our confidence is that if we really stay true to what that we are trying to do, we shouldn't get damaged by an external environment, because the whole challenge for us is to just prepare us. It's like losing weight and becoming a lot more fitter. You are generally able to handle all kinds of infection and bad health. So I think we are in that kind of a thing. We are shedding flab and increasing muscle.
So quarter one, in fact, actually, जो quarter one के numbers थे, उसमें interest income और fee income specifically has shown a decline. Fees income, the various regulatory changes we have seen as far as the other concerns, and you are into distribution also of the company's product. Are you trying to improve your distribution network so that your fee income actually going forward improves?
Answer is yes. The bank is quite focused on ensuring our fee income is comparable to the best in class. And as you know, we have a joint venture arrangement with IDBI Federal, which is a life insurance investment we have. We have a full-fledged treasury and wholesale banking team which has been formed, who are looking at many avenues for fee income. We have tied up with many mutual fund houses to distribute retail investment products. And as you know, we have a large base of almost 4 million customers. And our customers, if we don't offer them full range of investment and insurance opportunities, they would probably go to somebody else to meet those needs. So we're quite aware of that, and our branches and our teams are focused on offering it to customers. And we believe now our fee income momentum will keep going. Our volumes have gone up. Unfortunately, in the industry, the margins on fees have come down. But I'm happy for volumes to go up. That means greater customer engagement. That is what we can control.
Okay. So on that note, we'll take one more break. We'll take one break, and after that break, we will talk about your asset quality control and your margins, specifically how are you targeting margins for the full fiscal.
Sure.
तब तक आप देखते रहिए जी बिजनेस, आपका फायदा. ब्रेक के बाद एक बार फिर आपका स्वागत है. हमारे साथ बने हुए मिस्टर श्याम श्रीनिवासन. सर, मार्जिन्स की बात करें तो मार्जिन्स पूरी इंडस्ट्री के काफ़ी प्रेशर में रहे हैं. इवन आरबीआई इज एडवोकेटिंग कि भैया मार्जिन्स आप कम रखो. आपका किस तरह का टारगेट है और किस तरह के मार्जिन्स आप प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं फॉर द फुल फिस्कल?
There are two parts to the question. One is the current margins of the portfolio and how is the new business coming in, and therefore the blended margin. We as Federal Bank for years have been in the top quartile in overall margins. There are very few banks which are like us. We are at the higher end of the margin spectrum. That's because of the profile of customers we have built, and also the nature of offerings we have. But there have been some attendant risk-related issues. Our new origination is coming in at relatively lower margins because of the industry and the competition and the interest rate environment. Having said that, our blended margins last quarter was 387. We think in the same space we should be able to deliver this quarter and the coming quarters. In our segments that we operate, we do enjoy a leadership position. We do enjoy some kind of pricing power. So overall, I think our margins will hold. But we are also part of the same environment where interest rates are going up. But I'm not overly alarmed by anything I see just now. So our margins should be in the 380 or so.
क्या कहना सही होगा कि जो yearly margins है, to put a number to it, 3.75 to 4, a broader range?
375, 380 is what we are thinking of. It will be like. We are quite confident at this point in time that should happen.
Expansion plans की अगर से बात करें तो बहुत ज़्यादा आपके plans हैं.
बड़ा plans.
And I think That is one question you would like to answer.
Yes, certainly I will. First thing is I'm most excited. The bank, I said, was founded in 1945 by a very visionary leader. And 18th October is his 66th Founders Day.
Okay.
On his birthday, on the Founders Day of the bank, we are opening 66 branches.
Okay.
So on the 66th, I'm telling your channel the first, nobody knows it yet, 66 branches. And this is the first time, I don't think many banks would have done that. And we are opening it in, Kerala is our home state and we have a good share of the market. We are very keen to build out our presence in other growing opportunities. Gujarat, Punjab, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka are our big catchment areas. And in these markets, we are looking to build, particularly in this 66, I think between Gujarat, Maharashtra and Punjab, almost 30 odd branches are being opened. And if you look at it, that's where we have got in Gujarat 8, suddenly it's going to become 20 plus. So we are going to become systemically important in all these places. That's on 18th. If you take the calendar 9 months to 12 months ahead, we would have another 150 branches opening. So we are on, I would say, footprint expansion, but not just to put more branches, but to serve our chosen customers, which is really SME and NRI. So that's really where we're putting our big expansion bets on, and we're quite encouraged by everything we see.
But it's very interesting कि आपने ये 3-4 जो belt हैं, you have chosen that Ahmedabad and Gujarat, Maharashtra, Punjab. But traditionally, Federal Bank is known to be a Kerala-based bank, and only in Kerala. It's a myth or whatever it is. But people think कि Kerala के आगे इनकी branches नहीं हैं, and hardly 1 or 2 branches here and there people could see. आपको लगता है कि आपको ये जो image है for Federal Bank, would you like to take it out?
I'll answer it slightly differently. It's not about, there's nothing wrong about Kerala headquartered. We will continue to be headquartered and we'll have a good share of the Kerala market. We will continue to be a dominant player. We are Kerala's largest corporate taxpayer. We are systemically important in Kerala and we would continue to be. Having said that, we want to export the skills the bank has and take it to other parts of India. It's just like Ayurveda is known everywhere in India or world. It is from Kerala, right? So I don't see any reason why Federal Bank cannot be seen all India. You'll be surprised and happy to know that out of our 753 branches today, 440 are in Kerala, 310 are outside Kerala. And the 310 is bigger than the 2 new generation banks that have formed in the last 3 years put together. So we actually have more branches outside Kerala, but because we were founded and we have a greater presence in Kerala, we are known. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but we will bring those skills. So if you take a 12-month view or a 24-month view, we would have a 50-50 network. I mean, 50% would still be our home state and 50% would be outside Kerala. And we will go into these 5 markets I spoke of, because that's where we see an opportunity to get meaningful business sizes and be relevant to those customers.
But quickly, how many ATMs also, I mean, you said so many branches you're opening. How many ATMs also?
Abhi, we have 900 right now. Every branch will obviously come with an ATM. So we will be 1100 ATMs when we get to this stage. But the most important thing I'm most happy to share with for our customers, all 70 odd thousand ATMs in India, only bank that today offers free for any number of transactions is Federal Bank. So I'm not limited by the number of ATMs. My customer, wherever he or she is, he can use all of India's ATMs at no extra cost. So theoretically, yeah, we pay for it, but I think it's the value add that we are bringing to our customers, and that sees something that we are investing in.
And also to support these kind of growth, so many margins. What kind of hiring plans do you have?
See. Last 1 year, and I've been in the bank for a little over a year, we've hired about close to 900 people. We, like many of the maybe PSUs, have a workforce that is almost 3,000 people in Federal Bank have got 30 years plus in experience. So that's a rich heritage and capability set, but nobody can stop aging, and therefore there will be a retirement requirement, right? In the next 1, 2, 3 years, there will be retirement. So we are preparing for both growth and backfilling our people requirements. So I said we've hired 900. We are on the verge of hiring another 1,000.
Okay.
Right. So if you look at 200 new branches, each branch has 4 people. You need 800 people.
Yeah, that's right.
You're talking of at least 1,000 retirements in 3 years. Those have to be backfilled. Then you're talking of organic growth. You're talking of maybe another 200-300 people. So you're really talking of nothing less than 2,000 odd people that we need to hire and train and put them through in the next 12-18 months. So I think we are on a treadmill and we are just going about doing that job. Challenging, exciting, but it will serve our growth.
We'll take one more break, and after that break we'll talk about the key targets for the full year as far as deposit and credit growth are concerned. तब तक आप देखते रहिए जी बिजनेस आपका फायदा. ब्रेक के बाद एक बार फिर आपका स्वागत है. हमारे साथ बने हुए मिस्टर श्याम श्रीनिवासन फ्रॉम फेडरल बैंक. So quickly, credit deposit growth targets for the full year. Q1 has been a very flat growth. इंडस्ट्री में भी काफी ज्यादा ग्रोथ नहीं देखने को मिली है. फेडरल बैंक इट्स अ वेरी फ्लैट ग्रोथ. कितना टारगेट कर रहे हैं फॉर फुल ईयर?
See, our guidance is that this year will be about 20% growth in advances, plus minus, and to match that the deposit growth. But our whole focus is not just balance sheet growth. That is an important part, but it's really the quality, of course, the profitability, and the constituents of our income. And that is what we are working on. Like you had, I think, asked me earlier, is the fee income, is the margin, way we manage our margins, grow our portfolio. And lastly, how do we manage our overall profitability by ensuring our NPAs are where we should be. So I think I would say that, if to answer your question, 20% growth is not difficult. We will we'll be able to achieve that.
I think that's way ahead of RBI's projection as far as credit and deposit growth are concerned. So you have a huge growth plans, expansion plans. Capital wise, कितना टारगेट कर रहे हैं for next 3 years, and also keeping in mind कि Basel 3 norms भी आएंगे, तो अगले 3 साल के लिए किस तरह के रिक्वायरमेंट आपके बैंक्स को होगी और क्या प्लान्स हैं उसके लिए?
See, we've got some very rigorous capital projection and management plan. I'm quite happy to say that at our current capital adequacy, up to 2014, my growth I can fund from what we have. So we're really not in any tearing hurry to raise capital. We are well capitalized. Our adequacy ratios are strong, and therefore I'm not in any hurry. Having said that, if the markets are attractive and at an appropriate time there's an opportunity, we will consider it. But that's not our number one priority. Our number one priority for now is sustained and profitable growth and ensuring that we are meaningful to our target customers, and that's really what we.
But what about tier 1?
Tier 1, we are, I have very high tier 1 ratios right now.
So no plans there.
Right now we are not looking at raising any capital.
Okay. अपने इन्फ्लेशन वगैरह की भी अगर हम बात करें तो इन्फ्लेशन जिस तरह से आगे बढ़ रहा है, we are not seeing any decrease in inflation. RBI has been trying, government has been trying. As a banker, what's your assessment of the situation? किस तरह से इन्फ्लेशन को आप देख रहे हैं कि कहाँ पीक होते हुए देख रहे हैं?
If I had a good answer, we would all be very rich by now. But I think the overall situation, and of course, I may be faulted for being irrationally optimistic, but I am of the belief that we are probably at the top of the cycle, right? And there are a few reasons, and it's not unfounded. One is I'm encouraged by what we are seeing as probably the Kharif crop and the outcome of that. Some moderation in commodity prices are also beginning to come through, maybe because of the Eurozone problems and the problems in the West. So I am of the view that we probably have hit the peak. Right? From here, two elements. One is, of course, the inflation, but I think there is a large part is also sentiment, which is actually sort of dampening the environment. So everybody is looking for a signal that will suggest that we are back on the growth path. So yes, inflation is high, but we probably will have one more increase from everything that we see of 25 basis points. But overall, the India story remains intact. I mean, yes, you could argue it could have been faster, it could have been one quarter soon. Right? But I don't think the long-term story of India has changed. The demographics still remain, the opportunity still remains. So that's why I said I'm a little, over-optimistic. But I'd rather be that way, and that's where the excitement for the bank and the market is.
But after the 25 basis point, do you expect the October policy?
That's how it appears. That's what all indications are. But I think they won't rush to making that decision today, because almost every day dynamically the situation is evolving, right? I mean, every news flow alters recognition of the challenge and the opportunity.
Going back to the bank, one interesting question which I forgot to ask you. You are present in the life insurance business. You have a tie-up, आपका investment भी है IDBI के साथ में. But as far as general insurance is concerned, और दूसरे जो फाइनेंशियल प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, लाइक इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग है, म्यूचुअल फंड बिजनेस है, किस तरह के प्लान्स वहां पे हैं गोइंग फॉरवर्ड दैट विल आल्सो बूस्ट गिव यू बूस्ट टू योर फी इनकम?
Three parts. One is life insurance. We are a JV partner. Life insurance, as all of us know, is a long gestation, slow break-even business. So we are investing in it. We are taking a longer-term view. On retail investment product distribution, we are now an active distributor of many funds to our customers. And by the profile of our customers and the profile of who we are, we think we are best suited to offer customers small ticket, sustained investment opportunities, and therefore SIP is the best product that we are offering. Very happy to say that a bank like ours, if you had taken us 6 months back, we were doing relatively very few. Today, we would probably bank number 4 or 5 in India in distributing SIPs. So that means our customers are demonstrating interest, and my staff are keen to offer it to customers. So we are on that journey. And lastly, on investment banking per se, that's more a large ticket, big corporate exercise, and therefore the wholesale banking that we have set up now is looking at many elements of fee creation opportunities. They are doing a FI business, we're looking at a syndication business, we're looking at treasury offerings. So there are a lot of areas that we are beginning to invest, and that will be a capability we are building. So it may not be overnight, but if you take a 2-year view, we would be comparable to the top players in the market.
And no plans to manufacture mutual fund products?
No, I don't want to do non-core competency things right now.
And general insurance?
We have a tie-up with Bajaj Allianz on the general side, and the life side is IDBI Federal. And I will see how the whole insurance distribution business is emerging. But I don't see us going into manufacture of these things.
And your interest still lies in sports?
Oh, I'm obsessed with many things. Of course, cricket is my obsession. But yeah, I learn a lot from sport. I get all my inspiration from sport.
And apart from sports, if you have any other hobbies or interests which you like to pursue, or which you still pursue within a very hardly few spare time which you have?
Yeah, I mean the conventional stuff, you read. But there are more contemporary management books to try and keep abreast. I can't claim to have too many other interests outside of work. It keeps me very busy and happy. I love music. I can't sing, but I can appreciate music. So between sports, cricket, family, God, I'm obsessively religious. So I think this keeps me very busy.
Anyway, so thanks a lot for talking
so much.
to us. Thanks and night.
Thank you.